Hey, what's going on, guys? So, back for another installment. I want to talk about storage index. This is another key performance metric from Amazon. They just introduced it recently. Um, it's kind of another hassle. You probably saw this a few months ago. Um, it essentially says it assigns a number on how your key performance metric for storages are, meaning the higher the number, the more availability you'll have in fulfillment centers. The lower the number, the less you'll have in fulfillment centers. You're probably wondering what that number is. We don't have any information on the algorithm used to create that statistic, but that's something Amazon, you know, essentially comes up with on their own. That's not something that we can, dictate. But you can dictate it in some ways. The easiest way to keep that, that storage performance index high is make sure that you're dealing with stranded inventory, on a regular basis. Make sure that your other metrics are high. Make sure you're taking care of your customers, like we always tell you. That's one of the biggest pieces, and this directly affects FBA. You don't have to worry about this with fulfillment by merchant because you're not holding anything in Amazon's fulfillment centers. So if you're a newer seller, you're probably going to have none or very little storage available in, FBA fulfillment centers. So Amazon will give you a little bit of slack, but if you start screwing up, they're going to take it away. So you'll start off probably pretty small on how many units and how much, square footage you can take in Amazon's fulfillment centers. But that really depends on how new you are and if you've done FBA for and how good you're at it, how good you're doing performing with it. Um, if One of the biggest keys to keep this high is, besides all your other metrics, which is like taking care of your customer and keeping your review rate high and stuff like that, is to make sure that you're dealing with stale storage correctly. So we normally recommend using Amazon's automated storage, automated stale storage handling. So what they'll do is they'll either dispose of it at your request or they'll send it back to you. That's one of the easiest ways to keep it high, and that's what Amazon's implemented this for, is because lots and lots and lots of sellers were just leaving stranded inventory, or Amazon didn't know what to do with it, or they were leaving too much in back stock. And Amazon it takes up valuable space in the fulfillment center. So you kind of want to make sure that you handle this correctly, because if you don't, your performance index is going to go down, and you won't be able to list as many products as you would like with FBA. And that's the easiest way to handle stranded storage. That's one of the biggest keys that is the limiting that risk for Amazon. But also keeping up your key performance metrics. Again, taking care of your customers, dealing with returns correctly, keeping your review rate high, keeping your seller ranking high. I mean, that's the biggest key. And this, along with the other metrics that you have, will make sure that the SPI, the storage performance index, stays high. I mean, honestly, that's pretty much all is to it. There's not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to this. It's kind of more of a hindrance than anything, but you just need to make sure that you're dealing with, you're a good FBA seller. You're knowledgeable about the process. You're taking care of your products. That's the biggest key in all of this. So as always, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're here to help you out if you guys have any questions. This kind of just still goes along with everything else that we've done. We're trying to provide you knowledge for free to help you out. And, we've been doing this a long time, and we want to make sure that we pass that knowledge on to you guys. So until later, talk to you guys soon.